I'm a homebody. I just like, I if I could stay at home all day, I would. He's a real social butterfly. So I struggle to kind of lock him down and have him just spend time with.
I just want to say, look, if you don't hear it from these lips, don't believe it, okay?
Celebrity breakups are rarely quiet, and Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner split is no exception. Their love story seemed like a fairy tale, from glamorous red carpets to adorable Instagram posts. But now, it's all falling apart. What went wrong between this Hollywood power couple? Grab your popcorn because the behind the scenes of Joe and Sophie's divorce are packed with surprises, drama, and twists no one saw coming.
Joe, I love you so much.
Joe and Sophie seemed like a match made in Hollywood heaven. He's a pop star from one of the world's most famous bands, and she's beloved as Sansa Stark from Game of Thrones.
One more look back down to the end.
Fans fell in love with their whirlwind romance and storybook wedding, which included not one but 2 wedding ceremonies. For 4 years, they were a power couple, balancing fame, family, and love. But now fans are left wondering, how did such a picture-perfect relationship reach this breaking point? The announcement hit everyone hard. Joe filed for divorce in Florida, with court documents stating that the marriage had irretrievably broken. That phrase alone had fans buzzing. Why such a strong term? The decision seemed sudden to fans, but insiders hinted at it wasn't exactly out of the blue.
I don't really try to hide too much, but I think it's about protecting what you keep close to your heart.
Some friends of the couple claimed that their relationship had been on shaky ground for a while, but they tried to make things work for the sake of their family. Yet, some love stories don't have fairy tale endings.
There were moments on set that she was in pieces. You know, if you can imagine, she was away from her children. I think it took a lot for her to hold it together.
Astute fans started piecing things together even before the official news. Eagle-eyed social media followers noticed Joe was spotted without his wedding ring several times. While this could easily be chalked up to a casual day without jewelry, it felt like a sign to some fans. Social media was ablaze with questions. Where's his ring? Then there was Sophie's activity, as she was seen out in the UK with friends, looking relaxed and happy. These subtle clues added fuel to the rumors that something was off between the two. Whenever there's a high-profile breakup, the rumor mill goes into overdrive, and this case was no exception. Some sources claimed Joe and Sophie had very different lifestyles. According to friends close to the couple, Joe was keen on a settled family life in the US, while Sophie, fresh off the massive success of Game of Thrones, wanted to expand her career and possibly return to the UK. She felt drawn to her roots, one insider said, hinting that Sophie missed the feel of home.
We hear they're headed for divorce and have been having serious problems for at least 6 months.
This raised a big question. Had they grown apart, or were they simply following different paths? There were many rumors of Sophie cheating on Joe as well. Currently, her dating life is also heating up. She's been spotted with Peregrine Pearson, a British aristocrat and heir to a media empire. The relationship became public in October 2023, when they were seen sharing a kiss in Paris, sparking widespread speculation. Since then, they've been seen together multiple times, including strolling in London and attending public events. Turner recently made the relationship Instagram official by posting photos on Peregrine's birthday in October 2024, showing them celebrating together on dates like a hot air balloon ride and a boat outing.
Noted 29-year-old Peregrine, who goes by Perry for short, is a British aristocrat and property developer who is a descendant of entrepreneur Samuel Pearson, who founded a mega-successful publishing company during the 19th century. Perry is also the potential heir of the title of 5th Viscount Codry.
A big point of disagreement reportedly revolved around her and her former husband's lifestyle. Sophie has always been a bit of a free spirit. She's been open about her love for London, her friendships, and her desire to act in diverse roles.
I try and not be a mother in the public eye as much as possible. You get like the mum shaming, which we're talking about, where it's
Or it's like, well, she's never seen with her children. That's the whole point, is so that they're not seen.
On the other hand, Joe, who grew up in the limelight, seemed more comfortable with a life based in the US, balancing his career with family duties. According to sources, Joe wanted stability, especially with 2 young children involved. However, Sophie was itching to branch out, explore new projects, and reconnect with her roots in England. Raising kids isn't easy, even for celebrities. Joe and Sophie share 2 daughters, and with their high-powered careers, balancing family life was bound to be tough. While Joe's work often takes him on tour, Sophie's acting commitments are increasingly calling her back to Europe. A friend close to the pair said, "They tried to make it work, but their schedules are just crazy. When one parent is on one continent and the other is across the ocean, it's hard to feel like a united team." For Joe, the idea of a stable, stateside family setup was a priority, but for Sophie, it may not have been so simple. Custody has quickly become a central issue in their split. Joe's decision to file in Florida raised some eyebrows, as it could impact custody arrangements. Sources suggest that he's seeking joint custody of their daughters, emphasizing stability for their kids. However, some insiders hinted that Sophie might want to raise their daughters in the UK. This has led to subtle but very real tension between the two, a friend explained. Both of them want what's best for the kids, but they might have different views on what that looks like. Joe and Sophie's split didn't just play out in private, it hit the public eye fast and hard. The couple released a joint statement asking for privacy and emphasizing that the breakup was amicable. However, with such high-profile lives, it's hard to keep details under wraps. Reports and sources close to the couple began leaking information left and right, leading to a media frenzy. Every tiny move, every sighting, and every statement became big news, making the split that much messier for both of them. The internet had a lot to say about the breakup, with fans taking sides almost immediately. Some were quick to support Joe, painting him as a responsible family man, willing to settle down. "He's been the one holding things together," one fan tweeted. Others stood up for Sophie, suggesting she had the right to chase her dreams and career, even if it meant returning to the UK. One fan commented, "Let Sophie be Sophie. She deserves to live her life." The split has left the fandom divided, and each side is passionately defending their favorite celeb. In their joint statement, Joe and Sophie emphasized respect for each other and asked for privacy. "This is a united decision," they said, assuring fans that they still cared for one another, despite going their separate ways.
Joe Jonas.
Certainly very glad I shot Joan right before and during all that rubbish went down, because I think she gave me a lot of strength.
Yet other sources hinted that things may not be as friendly behind closed doors. "It's not as simple as they're making it sound," a close friend revealed. This statement had many fans speculating if more drama was happening behind the scenes. Sophie and Joe both have massive careers. For Sophie, her role as Sansa Stark made her a household name, and she's now diving into new acting opportunities, some of which may require her to be in the UK for long periods. Joe, meanwhile, has his band, his tours, and his commitments in the US. It's challenging to make a relationship work when both partners have demanding careers, pulling them in opposite directions. For this couple, balancing love and ambition might have been a battle they couldn't win. As public figures, Sophie and Joe's every move is watched closely, which has added pressure to an already tough situation. Despite their request for privacy, paparazzi continue to follow their every move. Fans are analyzing their social media, and sources close to the couple seem eager to spill the deets. It's a tough position for anyone, and it makes it nearly impossible for them to handle their breakup on their terms. The couple's private pain is essentially becoming public property. Looking back, some fans wonder if there were signs of trouble all along. Sophie has been open about her struggles with fame, especially after her rapid rise to stardom with Game of Thrones. She even took a step back at one point to focus on her mental health, which Joe fully supported. However, fame has a way of complicating things, and balancing personal struggles with a high-profile relationship can be a challenge. Perhaps this breakup was part of their growth as individuals and not necessarily a failure of love. So, what's next? For Sophie, many expect she'll focus on her acting career, possibly moving back to the UK permanently. She's already made moves to reconnect with her roots and take on new projects. Joe, meanwhile, has the full support of his family and is likely to pour himself into his music. Both of them are committed to co-parenting, and fans hope that they can put aside differences to raise their daughters in a positive, loving environment. If there's anything fans can learn from this split, it's that relationships, even the most glamorous ones, aren't always perfect. Hollywood romances come with their own set of challenges, and sometimes love isn't enough to overcome them. Joe and Sophie's split reminds us that people grow, careers evolve, and sometimes paths diverge, even when there's still love and respect between two people. That's all for today's video, but before we go, let us know in the comments. Do you think Sophie and Peregrine make a better match than she and Joe? If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for celebrity hot gossip.